When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. By Lao Tzu. What are you letting go of during this time, and how are you transforming? Each of us during this unique time in our lives, we have this amazing opportunity, and that's really what creating magic in everyday life is all about. Noticing the opportunities to transform the way that we're seeing life and the way that we're experiencing it. Everyday magic. So what are you letting go of, and what are you bringing in? How are you transforming? These are all journal prompts that would be fabulous to sit down and work with. Again, I love that quote by Lao Tzu, and I think it's a great intro to this composting lesson on a Monday morning. So we're all entering week 2 here on Monday, March 23rd. We're entering, some of you, maybe it's longer, I don't know, maybe it's shorter. For our family, we're entering about 10 days of our staying home, social distancing as much as possible, and really transforming our values and what's happening with us as a family. I've told many of you I'm really excited. This is like forest schooling, farm schooling. I can share some of the things I love with you and share them with my kids, and now my kids are on board and they're creating these fun videos. So more of those will come this week, more recipes, some more yoga and meditation. Haven't really touched on that a whole lot, but today it's composting. I'm going to take you outside, so we're going to head down into my yard, and I'm going to show you a really nice home composting tool that anybody can use in a fairly urban to suburban area, as well as one that I'm making that it will be a little more formal, a new compost bin that me and my family are making for our larger garden beds. So I'm going to share with you some of that process, perhaps. Let's start inside though. In yesterday's video, or Saturday's I guess, I showed you this Grove Collaborative countertop bin that I just bought. I have mixed feelings about it, mostly because there's holes on the bottom to allow aeration. I don't really see why this is necessary. These items are only in my house very briefly. We're talking like 2 days because I cook a lot, but maybe for someone else that's beneficial. It has a nice little lid, a compostable bag. So I'm still kind of trial and erroring this. We'll see how that goes. Then I have my basic compost thing that's under my counter, much less pretty. Lettuce, coffee grounds, tea bags. If I had a veggie soup with like no fats and it's just full of beans and veggies, that's going in here when I'm done with it. If I have like little bits at the bottom of my bowl or containers, anything plant oriented. We're not putting meat and fats in this, but in my compost, I've got lawn clippings and leaves and all kinds of vegetable and lawn matter, eggshells. I want to create or compost in these containers and then outdoors to transform all of this into amazing garden soil. And then that garden soil is going to complete that circle of life, and it's going to come back into my kitchen, maybe as a, nourishing my heads of lettuce, my radishes that I'm getting ready to start this week, and some of the other things that are out of my garden. So we have garden, kitchen, back to the compost bin, and we can create that circle all year long. So during Thanksgiving, I mean, this baby is getting filled up, or a big bucket every day, because I'm making so much wonderful food. And instead of throwing this in my garbage can and sending that, to a landfill somewhere, I can transform that. So I invite you that if you haven't already started composting, to consider it. Consider starting a pile and don't overthink it. Okay, say you don't have a compost bin outside. Create a corner in the very back of your yard. Get a big old garbage can or barrel, drill some holes in it, and start dumping stuff in it. And then maybe when all of this passes, or life changes, or your budget changes, or your time, you make that into something bigger. But don't overthink it, okay? That is what is holding a lot of us back. So I will see you in my garden, and then I will see you again this week with my kiddos as we make more delicious medicines and share with you all kinds of ways to create everyday magic. Blessings. Hey, this is Nadine, and I'm back with our outdoor city style composter. So what you see behind me, I have in kind of a hidden area of my backyard. However, this could be the perfect outdoor compost if you live in, more of like an semi-urban or suburban setting, because it takes up really very little space, it seals up tight, and it's really easy to use. Later I'm going to teach you how to make more of a big garden compost, farm style compost that really is great if you have a larger amount of plant matter that you're going to be trying to utilize for your large garden beds. But for today, I showed you the new compostable bags that came in that small black barrel pail thing for my countertop. I'm bringing that outside. I'm going to throw it in this composter. I'm curious to see how this breaks down. I have no idea. This is something new to me. It's supposed to be nice for like the really sloppy, messy things, like the herbs that I took out of that tincture recipe. We'll see how that goes. So it's as easy as this. I just throw it inside. Close up my lid, and then later my husband and I will take and we just turn this a couple times. It's on a frame, which makes it really easy because the round portion where all the compost settles is just right on top of this frame. I turn it. I've had this baby for about 10 years. I picked it up, I think at a local Agway, but you could grab them at Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere. Sometimes you can even go to a local garden show and grab one for free. So I try to hope that everybody's already composting, but I take for granted some of the things that I do in my normal daily life and assume, and we all know how that turns out. So enjoy your happy new hobby of composting. All right, bye.